Oh, I was there, hated the day. The day was a miserable day. I mean, it was a worst royal engagement I ever did, a royal wedding I ever did.
Actually, this does look like a moon bump to me.
Are you buying that excuse that Meghan Markle used a fake belly to protect her real belly? I'm not buying this.
What if I told you the world's most famous royal runaway outsmarted every camera on the planet? Not by sneaking around, but by a genius PR strategy. When it comes to Meghan Markle, disappearing isn't a mistake, it's an art form. She controls the story before anyone even knows what's happening. While other royals served duty, tradition, and decades of stiff etiquette, Meghan served something completely different. A sizzling hot plate of self-promotion, with just a sprinkle of victim vibes to keep things juicy.
And I've travelled the world with him, and I did really enjoy working with him. But, you know, now I really don't care if I ever see him again, because the way he's behaved towards the king and our queen and his brother and his sister-in-law is appalling.
She could turn the tiniest photo op into a global headline faster than the palace could even blink. Every outfit, every pose, every glance was a move in a game only she seemed to play. A royal protocol breach? Totally. Yet somehow, the one moment every photographer waited for, the iconic pregnancy glow, became the most forbidden image in modern royal history. Arthur Edwards.
She delivered it like an actress delivered it, an opera responded going, wow.
The man who's chronicled 6 generations of royalty says he was told to stay away. Imagine that. The same lens that captured Princess Diana's warmth and vulnerability was blocked from Meghan's maternity. And while the cameras were frozen out, Meghan's spotlight never dimmed. Interviews, tearful documentaries, and a Netflix deal fatter than the entire palace etiquette rulebook kept her center stage. Meghan didn't just marry a prince, she married the algorithm itself.
Harris and Mountbatten Windsor, was the name and had nothing to do with the royal family.
Every click, every headline, every trending hashtag seemed to orbit her alone. Tonight, we're skipping tiaras and tabloids. We're digging into the story the palace tried to bury, why no authentic bump photos of Meghan Markle exist, and what Arthur Edwards finally revealed when the silence cracked. This isn't gossip, it's royal image warfare. Every detail, every snub, every denied camera was part of a carefully crafted narrative. Every royal story kicks off with a balcony cry. Meghan's began with a press blackout. When most royals announce a pregnancy, the world explodes in camera flashes. Kate Middleton steps out and boom, front page history. Meghan steps out. Every photographer told, "Stand down." You can almost hear Buckingham Palace yanking the fire alarm on the British press, scrambling every editor and paparazzo in the country.
You're gonna see or hear Meghan Markle's belly pop. You're gonna see these people's faces. And I can tell you that one of these people is now speaking out.
Arthur Edwards, closer to the crown than half the family tree, had captured every royal bump, wave, and scandal in high-definition truth for decades. But when Meghan's moment came, silence. No invites, no photo calls, just a polite royal command to stay away. That silence shouted louder than any headline could. For someone claiming to crave authenticity, this disappearing act, Houdini himself would have stood up and applauded. Whispers started immediately. Why the secrecy, privacy, or pure control? Because nothing screams modern transparency like a media lockdown backed by palace security. Meanwhile, Meghan mastered the disappearing but everywhere game. Without a single official photo, the public still saw her everywhere. Every magazine cover, every meme, every social media post reinforced her omnipresence while she remained untouchable. The Crown's PR machine spun faster than ever. The tabloids went wild. Arthur Edwards waited for a photograph that never came.
Obviously, when William was born and Harry was born and George and Charlotte and Louis, we got great pictures outside the hospital, I remember. And William and Catherine especially, they made such an effort to show the whole world their new baby.
But if you think that silence was strange, wait until you see who finally broke it. It all started with a clip, 5 blurry seconds that hit like a grenade under Kensington Palace. Meghan Markle, 9 months pregnant, squats, springs up and spins like she's auditioning for Dancing with the Stars. Royal edition. Internet sleuths froze, frames slowed, and suddenly the moon bump theory had its crown jewel. Medical experts even weighed in. There's no way a woman that far along moves like that. Every angle, every frame, every pixel was dissected online like evidence in a court case, and the world couldn't stop talking. Twitter investigators sharpened their pitchforks. Reddit fans built timelines like detectives on a mission. YouTube morphed into a 24-hour pregnancy courtroom.
What is moon bump theory?
Well, basically, it suggests that Meghan didn't actually give birth to these children and that she was wearing a prosthetic bump. And of course, lots of medical experts have come out looking at that video and saying it's just impossible for someone who's literally 9 months pregnant and about to give birth to dance in that way.
The headlines didn't say congratulations, they screamed illusion. Meanwhile, the palace kept its polite, no comments routine, while Meghan's PR squad flooded feeds with soft-focus lifestyle shots straight out of a perfume ad catalog. Glowing light, perfect angles, zero authenticity because nothing says real motherhood like a Netflix filter and an NDA. Every image looked curated, staged, and untouchable, a polished illusion designed to control the narrative. And the weirder it got, the louder the rumors grew, and the quieter the palace became. Every unanswered question acted like gasoline on a wildfire. Then Arthur Edwards quietly confirmed what everyone feared. Photographers were explicitly told not to cover her bump. The internet didn't see caution. It saw confirmation. Theories multiplied, loyalties split, and one question hung heavier than a crown. If there was nothing to hide, why build a fortress around the truth?
Meghan Markle has posted a cringy video of her and Prince Harry dancing in a hospital.
Every scandal needs a whisperer. In the Meghan mystery, that voice came from the shadows, not a royal insider, just someone orbiting the Sussex circus. But when she hinted the picture-perfect story didn't match reality, the room temperature dropped to Arctic levels. Inboxes went silent, doors slammed shut, and a chill of don't ask, don't tell rolled across anyone who dared repeat her words. Palace watchers felt déjà vu. Remember Paul Page? The former royal guard who spoke about life behind the velvet rope and then got a warning letter on his doorstep? The machinery of silence has been well-oiled for generations. Our witness reportedly faced the same ghostly pressure. Polite phone calls turning heavy, friends vanishing, jobs evaporating overnight, and the cruelest irony, the harder the push to erase her, the louder the internet listened.
I agree. I'm not a Meghan Markle fan, and I don't defend her. And there's all sorts of inconsistencies and hypocrisies. But you know, she's an actress. She's not the brightest cookie in the basket. There's no way Kate would do anything like that.
She didn't have a title, didn't have PR power, but her fear spoke louder than any headline. Someone somewhere clearly wanted this topic buried under Buckingham marble. In the monarchy's rulebook, loyalty is currency, and talking out of turn can cost you everything. Behind every royal smile, there's a war room built from polished oak, strategy, and plausible deniability. When the Meghan mystery started heating up, insiders say the palace didn't grab a fire extinguisher, they grabbed a script. That's what the Crown does best. It doesn't solve scandals, it manages them. Like a centuries-old PR firm with priceless jewels. Staffers whispered about media strategy meetings. Every sentence passed through 5 layers of court review, stress-tested for optics. Nobody wanted to be the one holding the match. When the rumor mill burst into flames, the royal mantra kicked in: never complain, never explain. Dignified, yes, but really just code for keep quiet and hope the internet forgets. Except the internet doesn't forget screenshots.
The thing that strikes me is her lack of understanding and recognition of the role that she had or has in the royal family. And, you know, both of them have been on the record repeatedly saying they don't want to be living their lives through the lens of a camera and in a goldfish bowl and all of that. And then they take the camera into the most private of rooms where you're about to deliver your baby.
While Meghan polished her global citizen persona under California sunshine, back in London, officials juggled 2 impossible goals. Protect the monarchy's image without looking like they were protecting anyone. Emails vanished, press briefings turned into riddles, and Arthur Edwards, the veteran lens capturing history, was left outside the palace gates, watching silence unfold like a scandal scripted in real time. The gates became a living symbol of that silence, proof that even the most powerful institution on earth still fears a single, unfiltered picture inside those palace walls. Truth wasn't destroyed. It was archived, labeled, marked sensitive, and locked away. Somewhere between the family silver and priceless crown jewels, the British monarchy runs on 2 fuels: tradition and control. And when whispers about the Sussex saga brushed against the sacred topic of succession, even the chandeliers seemed to shiver. For centuries, the line to the throne has been treated like a sacred algorithm. One wrong variable, and the whole system crashes. So when social media started asking uncomfortable questions about timelines, titles, and birth announcements, the palace's calm, graceful silence morphed into panic. One press secretary reportedly developed a new hobby, answering questions without using nouns. History had already written the warning manual. Edward of Thay fell for love and lost a crown. Diana spoke her truth and shattered an image.
On May 6th at 3:02 a.m., Brockmore Cottage. This is a public announcement. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex used the services of a surrogate. We apologize for any misunderstandings. To this day, nobody has debunked that tweet as fake. In order for a child to be in the line of succession, it has to come from the body of the woman. Why would Meghan Markle be faking all those big stomachs? You know, that big belly, the belly swaying back and forth. She was huge. She was overdue. Now when Spare came out, we know that story is absolute horseshit.
Now, a Netflix generation was streaming royal drama in real time. Every click, every meme, every freeze frame threatened to turn centuries of royal protocol into trending content. Commentators weren't debating bloodlines anymore. They were binge-watching damage control unfold live. And that's the real bombshell. Not who sits in the line of succession, but how quickly the line itself can unravel. In the court of public opinion in the 21st century, a viral tweet can do what no revolution ever managed: make royalty look obsolete. Every royal scandal eventually finds its scapegoat. In this one, it wasn't a prince or palace aide, it was a doctor who never asked to join the plot. When tabloids announced that a distinguished physician had delivered the Sussex baby, it sounded neat, tidy, and press release perfect. But headlines age faster than a royal Instagram post. Within days, the doctor's own husband reportedly said that didn't happen. Collective confusion exploded. The palace said one thing, the press printed another, and the internet poured itself a drink, watching a family obsessed with precision, choreographed handshakes, scripted smiles, and color-coded codes stumble spectacularly. A single contradictory statement became a red carpet trip, and suddenly every amateur sleuth, from Reddit to TikTok, was Sherlock Holmes with Wi-Fi.
She is literally kneeling all the way down. One of those people reached out to me, but not before this person reached out to the newspapers, complaining that the palace was literally threatening her, that the palace had tried to bribe her, and when that didn't work, because she really dislikes what's happening and she wants to come clean, and she has been trying to tell people about.
Instead of clearing the air, the palace returned to its favorite yoga pose: silence with PR breathing exercises. No clarifications, no corrections, just a vacuum begging to be filled with speculation. And in that void, every unanswered question became a clickbait jackpot. When the royal machine refuses to fact-check itself, the internet gladly fills in the blanks, one screenshot at a time. By the time the storm settled, one truth was obvious. The crown may guard its secrets better than its subjects, but it hasn't mastered the golden rule of modern monarchy. The truth always finds a trending hashtag. Silence is a language, and the late Queen spoke it fluently. When Her Majesty wanted to send a message, she didn't pick up the phone. She rearranged the furniture in her Christmas broadcast. Sharp-eyed viewers noticed first. Last year's framed photo of Harry, Meghan, and baby Archie quietly vanished from the polished oak table behind her. Every detail mattered, every move broadcast like a secret code for those watching closely. By now, the Sussex saga wasn't just a story, it was a digital wildfire. Every leak, every blurry snapshot, every whispered rumor spread faster than Buckingham Palace could send a press release. Social media wasn't just watching, it was rewriting the rules. Reddit threads became evidence rooms, Twitter timelines turned into battlefields, and every influencer royal analyst suddenly had the authority of a historian.
Remember when Diana was delivering Harry or William? There was complete quiet. No one knew. Cameras couldn't get even anywhere near the hospital.
Sure, but we
let
didn't have
alone in
mobile
the room.
phones then.
What?
We didn't have mobile phones then.
But it was so private, and there's a dignity with privacy.
Yes.
And I certainly wouldn't, if I were pregnant, dance like Well I Can't.
Dissecting the tiniest gestures like they were state secrets. Behind palace walls, the old guard scrambled. Staffers shuffled papers, whispered into phones, and stared at screens like they were decoding nuclear codes. One aide reportedly spent hours practicing neutral nods for press cameras, as if a single misstep could collapse the monarchy like a house of cards. And all the while, Meghan's image was growing, unshakable, untouchable. Every calculated post, every staged smile, every carefully framed family photo reinforced her brand: glamorous, accessible, untouchable. She didn't just navigate the royal world, she rewrote it. But the real chaos came from the cracks in the system. Every official statement was dissected frame by frame. Every well-intentioned clarification became fuel for conspiracy theories. The palace had created a vacuum, and the internet rushed to fill it. Every tweet a magnifying glass, every video clip a microscope. One viral thread questioned the timing of Archie's birth. Another argued the Sussexes had bent tradition. Suddenly, the monarchy looked less like an institution and more like a reality show with centuries of protocol on the line. The irony was thick. Generations of royal PR had been built on silence and subtlety, but in the age of streaming, hashtags, and endless commentary, silence became its own scandal. And while the palace relied on dignity and grace, Meghan relied on visibility.
I would say step one would be to confirm this room, find out where it was, find out that very room, find out which room it was, and go look at it. If it's at that hospital, wherever it is she says she was, go make sure that's the hospital room, that it exists there, because it could be somewhere else, who knows.
Interviews, documentaries, and public appearances created a constant narrative that the palace could not control. Every calculated move she made contradicted the centuries-old playbook. The power dynamic had shifted. She wasn't just a royal figure, she was a cultural force. Even family insiders reportedly admitted it was unprecedented. "We've never seen anything like this," one unnamed source said. The Sussex strategy blurred the lines between celebrity and royalty, turning every private moment into public fascination, every choice into global discussion. Meghan's presence online became a masterclass in perception management. She appeared everywhere without being fully seen. And the more the palace tried to control it, the more the world leaned in, hungry for the real story. Meanwhile, Arthur Edwards and other royal photographers stayed on the sidelines, capturing the chaos from a distance. Decades of experience couldn't pierce the fortress Meghan's PR built. Every paparazzi shot denied only added to the mystique. Rumors, theories, and speculation exploded in every corner of the internet. The palace had intended discretion, but in a world of screens and streams, control had slipped through their fingers. And here's the kicker. Meghan didn't just survive the scrutiny, she thrived in it. Each controversy, each viral moment, each misreported headline became another thread in her narrative tapestry. The palace was still following centuries-old rules, while she played chess 3 moves ahead, turning scrutiny into leverage, criticism into content, and silence into suspense. In this game, the old monarchy wasn't losing power. It was losing the narrative.
There's no stress there, not even a little bit of stress, none. And there should be there because she's getting ready to have one of the worst painful things of her life, having a baby. And when that happens, you look forward to the event, but you don't look forward to that pain. And it's so bad, a lot of women can't remember it.
By the end of the frenzy, the lesson was clear. In the modern royal era, control isn't about walls or rules. It's about perception, visibility, and timing. And Meghan Markle had mastered all 3. The palace may have kept the gates closed, but the internet never stopped peaking. And in that peak, a new kind of royalty was revealed. One that didn't bow to tradition, but created its own throne in the public eye. No tweet, no official statement, just an empty space where a family portrait once stood. For a monarch who built her career on poker-face diplomacy, that empty frame screamed louder than any front page. Tabloid palace loyalists scrambled to explain it away. Limited space, new decor, lighting choices. But royal watchers knew better. Every object in those broadcasts is placed with military precision. If the corgis wagged wrong, someone got an email. So when that photo vanished, the nation didn't need subtitles. The Queen never feuded online, never unfollowed anyone, but in her own subtle, grandmotherly way, she just subtweeted the Sussex on live television. And the move? It landed harder than any official press release ever could. It was calm, calculated, pure monarchy energy. Centuries of reputation management condensed into one missing image. No words, no confrontation, just a gentle royal mic drop wrapped in tinsel, tradition, and diplomacy. But history shows when the crown goes quiet, it isn't peace. It's a prelude. And what followed proved just how deep that silence really ran. Every royal story usually ends with a balcony wave. This one? It ended with a hospital that apparently lost its Wi-Fi. When questions about the Sussex birth reached fever pitch, all eyes turned to Santa Barbara Cottage Hospital, the supposed backdrop for the royal arrival. The institution had 2 choices: confirm the story and calm the storm, or pull a classic royal move and ghost the planet. Guess which they chose? They congratulated the couple on social media, but weeks later, quietly reminded local parents that the viral video wasn't filmed at the height of COVID and recapped the hospital's strict mask rules. Translation: we neither confirm nor deny anything. This is PR doublespeak that makes lawyers smile and journalists scream. In an age of receipts, no comment sounds a lot like good luck proving it. Meanwhile, online detectives turned their timelines into digital crime boards, frame by frame, pixel by pixel, floor tiles, light fixtures, oxygen tube placements, digital CSI at work. The hospital stayed politely mute, a fortress of HIPAA-compliant silence, while the rumor mill roared just outside its automatic doors. And through it all, Meghan's image stayed untouchable, glossier than ever, perfectly curated and utterly beyond verification. In a world where everyone live streams everything, the most powerful family on Earth somehow left the planet's biggest question unanswered. Just when the mystery seemed carved in marble, a veteran royal photographer finally stepped back into the light. And there it was, a royal mystery wrapped in velvet silence and tied with a palace-issued bow. From banned photographers to vanishing doctors to hospitals that ghost harder than ex-royals. This wasn't a story about one woman's bump. It was about a dynasty fighting to control its reflection. Arthur Edwards' words still hang in the air. We were told to stay away. Maybe it was about privacy. Maybe it was about control. Either way, the result is the same. The most powerful brand in Britain looked straight into the lens and blinked. This isn't a fairy tale anymore. It's a franchise streaming live from the ruins of royal perfection. Every time the palace hits mute, the internet cranks the volume to 11. But before you dive into the next chapter, you need context. The digital meltdown that cracked the Sussex image wide open didn't start with a scandalous headline. It started with an online leak that sent their carefully curated empire into freefall, exposing truths the world was never supposed to see. That's where the implosion began. If you watch this and have thoughts, drop them in the comments below. If this breakdown made you see things differently, hit subscribe and stay locked in for more deep dives like this. Don't forget to like the video and share it with someone who needs to see it.